The purpose of this video is to walk you through the steps to complete your petition for advancement to graduate candidacy. This form serves as a contract between Graduate Admissions and Program Evaluations, the Urban and Regional Planning Department, and you, indicating that by successfully completing the courses listed on the candidacy form, you will receive your master's degree in urban planning from San Jose State. The Petition for Advancement to Graduate Candidacy form is available to download on the GAPE website. You will need to download the form and complete it prior to submitting the form to me in class. The form itself is an interactive PDF that you will be able to fill in on your own computer. I have found that using the full Adobe Professional software is the best way to complete the form and ensure that you can save the information you enter. All of the computers in the Urban Planning Lab and Lounge area have this software installed if you do not have access to it yourself. Many a former MUP student has been frustrated after spending time entering information in the form to discover that the information disappears. Avoid this frustration by downloading the form and using Adobe Professional to complete it. I will walk you through completing each part of the form separately. In some cases, students may have special circumstances that may not be self-explanatory. Don't hesitate to contact me before submitting the form if you have any questions. You will want to write the date you prepare the form. This is not your planned graduation date. Select MUP as the degree and leave degree major blank. Under concentration, you can list which specialization in the MUP you have focused on. If you do not have a particular specialization, leave this blank. Under Plan, please choose the option Non-Thesis from the drop-down menu. For the Competency in Written English section, this doesn't refer to when you took the WST. It actually relates to when you took either Urban Planning 200 or 236. In our department, either course is acceptable to list. Your candidacy won't be approved unless you have completed one of these courses already. So if you haven't taken Urban Planning 236 yet, list Urban Planning 200 instead. Finally, you need to indicate where and when you received your previous degree. For most of you, this will be your bachelor's degree. But if you do have a prior master's degree, please list that one. The next section I'll discuss is Part A. Here's where you list all of the courses you have taken in the Urban Planning Department that you plan to use as part of your 48-unit NUP program, with the exception of the courses Urban Planning 298A and 298B. Many of you will end up taking more units than you actually need for the MUP program. I think that's great, but for this form, you're only going to list those units you are using to make up the 48 units for the MUP degree. In some cases, you will be 1 or 2 units over 48, which is fine, but if you are one of those students who has taken a ton of extra elective units, those classes won't be listed on this form. For most of you, you will list all of the core MUP classes as shown here. Please list the courses in numerical order following this example. You will also list the electives from urban planning that you have taken or plan to take. For courses that you are enrolled in this semester or classes you plan to take next semester, just list the course, number, title, and semester and leave the grade blank. It's okay to take a guess at what classes you will likely take next semester. If you end up taking a different set of classes, that's fine. We can easily prepare a candidacy course change form. The department does try and offer every core class each semester. For electives, to get an idea of likely electives we will offer next semester, take a look at the course syllabi listed on the department website. We usually offer electives in the same semester from one year to the next. If you received a waiver of a core class in the program, please don't list that class here on your candidacy form, but do list the elective course you took as a replacement. Part B of the form is where you will list Urban Planning 298A and 298B. Please complete this section of your form exactly as shown here. Part C only needs to be completed if you took San Jose State courses from a department other than urban planning and plan to use these courses as part of your 48-unit MUP program. You would list the course number, title, grade, and when you took the class or plan to take the class. Part D only needs to be completed if you took classes through Open University prior to being admitted to the MUP program, or you are transferring units from another university. The example shown here shows how you would list Open University classes or a class transferred from another university. Transfer units will only be approved by GAPE if you have already submitted a verification of transfer units form. Please check with me if you have questions. For Open University classes, make sure you only list them here in Part D. Don't also list them above in Part A. At the bottom of the form, you are asked to total the units from each of the 4 sections above on the form. I have shown here a few examples of how you may complete this section. If you took all of your classes within the urban planning department since being admitted and have a standard set of just 4 4-unit electives and all of the core classes, this is what your total unit section would look like. If you took 1 4-unit elective from urban planning, but otherwise took everything within our department since being admitted, your total unit section would look like this. Here is an example of a student who took 1 Open University class and 1 4-unit elective outside urban planning. Finally, here is an example showing a 3-unit elective outside of urban planning. In order to ensure that the student reached at least 48 units, they ended up taking a set of classes that brought them to 49 units total. This is an example of how you may be 1 to 2 units over the required 48 units for the program. The left-hand side of the form is fairly self-explanatory. You will need to complete your name, student ID, and address, and sign and date the form. You do not need your 298 advisor's information and signature on this form, so please leave that section blank. Finally, you will type in my name and submit the form to me, and I will sign and date and submit to GAPE. I hope you have found this video helpful in preparing your candidacy form for submission. As a reminder, please only list the courses you are using to complete the 48-unit MUP program. You do not need to list every course if you have taken extra units. In addition, if you have received a grade below C, that course cannot be listed on the candidacy form. You will either need to repeat the class if it was a core class or substitute a different elective. Also, you must have a minimum GPA of 3.0 for the courses listed on your candidacy form. Please don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions about the form or have special circumstances I haven't covered here in this video.